Hi, it's Mark Payne here from Team Schumacher. I'm just back from Chesterfield. That was rounds 5 and 6 of the British National Championships. Lots of great drivers there, doing really well with the Schumacher E6. Took first and second places both days. I had probably the best weekend I've had in a long time. Let's find out how all the drivers were setting up their Schumacher E6 cars. So in this video I'm going to take you through my setup, but not only that, we'll have a look at Louis Parker's setup, and we've got some comments from Olle Payne. I mean, the cars were really fast at the sharp end. At the mortal end, where I tend to live, a lot of people are having a really good time as well. I'm going to show you some video footage of some of the drivers in the pits and see what they thought, but I thought I'd take you through my setups first. So let's start with tyres, probably the most important thing really about the setup of a car. It's the bit that's in contact with the carpet. I started on T-foam. I generally start a meeting now on T32 rears and T35 fronts. So when the grip's not up, maybe practice and round one, I will run T32 rears. I find that gives me a lot more confidence in the car. I can drive it hard, and I won practice, and pretty much I was first in round one as well. I tend to not do so well a bit later on. I'm very fast early. It's a bit of an old man problem, but I do change over to T35 in the later stages of the day. Now when we got to the Sunday and the grip was even higher, I did swap over to K-foam and I started to run K35 fronts and rears. Now I'm not wholly sure that K-foam is always faster, but for me in high grip it probably is more predictable, and I had less issues with the car maybe grabbing and doing weird rotatey things. So for me, K-foam, bit smoother in high grip, maybe not as fast, but easier to live with for 8 minutes. So for me, the rear end, pretty much standard setup. So I'm running 4.2 millimeters when the car is loaded here. That's my space in between the chassis and the top of the spring bar. When the car is properly loaded down there, I'm measuring in there, that's going to be 4.2 millimeters for me. And also I've got 1 millimeter of droop. So the way I set that is I just let the car sit down on the spring, and I pop my feeler gauge in there, and I'm looking for 3.2 millimeters. I'm running the standard spring here that comes in the kit. That's the red one. I'm running the black soft side springs. Some drivers go to the silver, which is the next one up. That will have a little bit more steering on the front, makes more weight transfer go to the front, and even the gold spring, which is the next one up from there, even more weight transfer to the front, probably a little bit harder to drive. I'm finding to live with it for 8 minutes. I'm running the kit black, and I don't preload, so really the spring is only just touching down. On the E6, that's pretty much with everything wound right off. Probably just a quarter of turn on one side just to get the tweak right on the chassis plate. I'm 12k on the sides. Again, quite a lot of drivers maybe with a bit more ability than me might go lighter there. I know Jody, my wingman for the weekend, he was running 8k in there. Other drivers will be down at 10k. I'm running kit, which is 12k. I'm running 60k in the center. I know a lot of drivers are lighter there, you know, maybe 50k, maybe even 40k, but I tend to find that smooths the car out with the 60k. I didn't go away from that. I'm running wide track here, so I've got 3 spacers, sorry, that's 1.5 mil per side. I'm running that 171.5, you know, it's almost full track width to 172, which is the maximum that you're allowed. If I brought this in a little bit, I'll maybe find a little bit more rotation, but I'm looking for stability in that situation. My cells are fully forward, they're one back from forward. That's the kind of kit setting. The more you go back, the more pressure you're going to be putting in rotation on the front end. Again, it will make a car which is going to steer harder, but maybe a little bit tippy through the chicanes. I like to go forward with the cells. That suits my ability. Okay, what about the front end? Well, everybody was approaching this new front end and loving the smoothness of it. I will say that I'm using a C1.7 weight spring, which is the Schumacher yellow spring. A lot of drivers were running that. Louis Parker, who won Sunday, was running the same yellow spring. So I ended up running the green damping and no O-ring. So I'm pretty sure that nobody was running the O-ring in the bottom. So we're running the kit green that comes with the car, and that damping is being used both bottom and top, but there's no O-ring at all in the bottom. Some drivers were running the core yellow, so we've got the core green. The core yellow is slightly lighter than the green, and a lot of people were running that with some success as well. I used to use the Kyosho yellow grease when I was running the automatics. I must admit that I'm finding I like better the core yellow. Now, I'm not just making this up because this comes from Schumacher. It's actually heavier, whereas I'm finding that for the Schumacher car, the Kyosho yellow 15K grease is a little bit too weak. I was running the 1.7 spring. Yeah, so some drivers were running the 1.3 Schumacher blue spring. I know Andy Sawyer tried it out. I tried it out. We felt that maybe the car was diving in on itself and maybe collapsing too much on the front end with the blue spring in. However, other drivers can drive that. I'm running a prototype yellow, which is the correct length. So I'm running 0.6 millimeters of shims, so 3 of the 0.2 shims. That's exactly as you're supposed to build it in the kit, and then I put no more shims in there. And because I'm running this prototype longer spring, I'm in a good position. I don't even need to put anything underneath the hub to control the droop. The droop's around 0.5 millimeters. Other drivers are having to put some droop shims just underneath the hub to get the droop down to that kind of a 0.5 millimeter feel. When you pop the car down, this is as it came off the final. So I've got, oh, I can't see that, old man problems, need me on the glasses. That's 3.5 millimeters. If I lift up to take the droop out, I'm nearly just over 4 mils. So a little tip from me, glue that on there with a little bit of contact adhesive, otherwise you're going to lose these washers, or every day you'll be losing a pair of these washers. So mine are just tacked on there. Now, what did Louis Parker do that was different, other than being a lot faster than me? We've got his setup, he's released it, so it'd be interesting to see. Well, he was using T-foam, so I didn't ended up on K-foam because I found it was a bit more stable. He used T-foam all the way through. I noticed his front additive on time was only 1 minute. That's interesting. I'm on for 3 or 4 minutes. Maybe I should reduce my additive on time, maybe make the car a bit more stable. He's got his rear additive on time for 60 minutes. Yeah, I do that too, a full round. But he's got his additive off time on the rear for 20 minutes. So he's dried his tyres out and left them for 20 minutes before he races. I've never tried that. I maybe should try that. Got pretty standard setup here. He is running a 4 mil caster, just like I was. He's running 30 degrees of inner steering. Well, that's quite a lot actually. I generally set for 27 degrees. So he's got a lot of steering lock on that car. I'm not sure I would be too good driving that. So I'm a little bit more conservative. And he's using the standard front end. He is running the yellow spring in the front end with the green grease. So the same hub setup that we're using. He's 10k in the side dampers. Okay, that's interesting. So he's using the kit side springs, he's using the kit rear spring. So hey, how come he's faster than me? Turns out he's better. What can I do? His car looked absolutely awesome on the second day, and he took the win. Ollie took the win on the first day. Both the Schumacher cars were very, very fast. So really, there's no magic in what Louis Parker was doing in that setup. Let's find out what other drivers thought and what their setups were around the pits. Okay, so first let's hear from James Eves. I really like James's driving. He's been really improving all the time. He's solid B final, and somebody that I would aspire to be. I mean, the fast guys are always going to be stupidly fast, and you know, what can you do about it? But my target is, you know, the 10 drivers that are in front of me. What can I do to get closer to them? And certainly James is a great example to me of good solid driving. Let's hear what his setup was. What do you think? How did you get on yesterday?
I struggled to start with, but I ended up going kind of back to the same setup I started on. And,
what did you start on?
Just the kit springs that we got, and the green grease. I think I put very, very little grease on it as well.
Kit grease, green.
Yeah.
So light damping, kit spring. Yeah.
Qualified 8th in the B, finished 4th in the B. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
What do you think to the build of the front end? Do you like it?
Yeah, nice, smooth. Yeah, it's really nice.
I know some of the automatics guys are looking at it going, oh, that's really nice.
Yeah,
so
with the spring internal and stuff, it keeps it nice and clean. It's good.
Yeah, brilliant. So interesting there, he was on kit springs and the green grease, and he was really happy with that. His car looked great, so that's where he started, and I think pretty much that's where he finished. So next we're going to hear from Mark Dieterman, and there's some frustration in his voice because he's not satisfied and he wants to get out the sea. I've just managed to get into the sea, so he's just a bit quicker than me, and he has been all season.
Still not in the B, mainly damping, went to the lighter stuff but ended back up on the blue, the firmer oil. Just to calm it down, it was a bit lively for me.
Now the blue's even harder than the green, so
yeah.
I've only gone to green and you've gone blue.
Went to the blue, yeah. It was just a bit too aggressive for me, so I just wanted to calm it down a bit.
And did it work?
To some extent.
And what spring are you on in there?
Blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
So you're same as Ollie. Ollie's running blue as well.
Yeah, everything else is kit rears.
How do you feel about the car? Do you think it's a move forward?
It's good, yeah. It's not worse than the E5 was.
It's not worse.
And it's the first real meeting, so yeah, it's promising.
Yeah, he'd gone even harder damping, so he'd gone up to the blue damping, which is harder than green. Now, I didn't even try that. I don't think I even have any in my box. Pretty much the rest of his car, kit rear setup, so very interesting. Mark Dieterman and I ended up racing each other pretty much all weekend. I didn't quite have his pace, so I didn't give him too much of a threat in the finals. Next, let's hear from Sam Colt, a young guy. He's really fast. He's mid A final pace, can absolutely threaten for the win. Let's move to somebody that is top end, sharp end. How are you getting on?
It's a bit of a learning curve so far. Let's just say yesterday I didn't have the best of performances, or not to what I would have liked. I still managed to qualify 5th in the A final, but I never really had a clean qualifying run, so hopefully that changes for today. And yeah, so far this car, it's another level compared to the Eclipse 5. The front end of the car, it's got so many more options to set it up however you want. You can adjust the droop a lot more, you can adjust the springs a lot more, you've got different rated greases which makes the car a lot more consistent, and so far it's just a huge upgrade. It's just a learning curve to get around this new front end and make sure it starts to compete further up at the top.
I'm thinking is that because the front end is way more consistent, if you say I've done this and I do it, my front end will be the same as your front end.
Quite likely, yes.
Yeah, and I think that's a superb.
It's a brilliant thing with this car, yeah.
So finally, let's hear from the boss, Olle Payne, most consistent top driver here in the UK, world class, and won on Saturday. Came second on Sunday. There was quite a controversial move at the end, and he was just pipped by Louis. But let's hear what he has to say. He sat there in the pits rebuilding Morgan's car, who runs a CRC. Apparently, Morgan's not very good at wiring, so Ollie's decided he's got so frustrated with looking at Morgan's wiring job, he's stolen the car off of his bench and he's rewiring it while he's talking to me. So anyway, he's got some interesting things to say about the front end spring and also T-foam versus K-foam. What's going on here?
I'm just rewiring Morgan's car because he's incompetent.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I was going to tell people about your Schumacher, but you seem to be wiring Morgan's car.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Doing things he's not capable.
This is Ollie's car. And what did you try yesterday? What were you chasing?
I changed droop, damping, spring, side spring, just to try and get rid of the hook in the middle of the chicanes.
Yes.
Without compromising it everywhere else. But the problem is the car seems to get a lot better towards the end of the run, but it's not like it slides at the beginning, it just doesn't carry as much corner speed at the beginning of the run. So
it's very encouraging to hear that you are struggling from all the same things that I'm struggling from.
Yeah.
You're just a bit faster. No, that's a lot faster. What springs have you got on the sides? Gold. So you've gone quite hard there.
Yeah, just to try and sort of help support it.
Kit spring on the back. Yeah, I don't think we ever change that.
Not really. No.
What have you got inside here? Blues. Okay, that's quite soft. Is that like a 1.2 or something?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I see 1.2 spring. And what damping have you got in there?
That's still yellow at the moment because
Yellow.
I went up and I just lost steering. But I think I'm going to try go maybe to a yellow, like 1.7 spring today, and then get rid of as much droop as possible without hurting it. So go to like 0.6 droop maybe. Might play around with tyre. I ran a K30 rear tyre yesterday. I might run a K35 to try and get a bit more stability on sort of side traction. So.
You're a K-foam fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you running K-foam most of the time?
Typically at the moment, yes. It doesn't have as much grip as T, but it's better throughout the run. It stays more consistent, which for me is better. I'm not really searching for outright grip. I just need consistency so I can rely on the car. Tried an M21 again yesterday. Didn't really find anything better about it for here.
What show were you running for?
A Keta, yeah, it's a bit more stable.
Okay, Ollie, I really appreciate it, and I think, you know what, I think everybody that's running a new car has been getting them pretty good. It's been very encouraging, so thanks for your time.
Thank you.
So in conclusion, everybody's going really well with the Eclipse 6. It's made a massive difference to my racing. I've had one of the most enjoyable meetings I can remember having in probably the last 5 years. I'm really looking forward to getting into the car. It's given me loads of confidence for the next meeting, and also we're heading to the Euros, so I look forward to seeing a lot of you there.